I did more than just baseball cards.
Like Pokemon or Wizards of Waverly Place cards or something. Right?
Wizards of Waverly Place.
Dungeons and Dragons. Did they make cards?
I need a fire sound. I don't know what a fire sound sounds like.
You can't do your finger.
Michael's custom. What do they call it? Live from high atop Scott Social Media Studios in the heart of the Cedar City, just outside of America's Music City. This is the Mike and Jrod Show.
What's up, Jared? I thought you glitched for a minute.
Just trying to build some intensity, some excitement.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Good.
It's show 24.
24.
Last week we had the Michael Jordan show, show 23, and this week it is the Michael Clay show. I was number 24 in high school in basketball.
Well, this is a very special show then, isn't it?
Yep.
I swear.
We've made it to the Michael Clay show.
Now we're something special. So first we started to drink, and then we became the Michael Jordan show, and now we're officially the Michael Clay show.
That's right. At least for one week.
So that means show number 7 was the Jrod show.
Yeah.
But that was a long time ago, so.
Yeah.
Too late. And too late for me now. I mean, that was my bad.
That's your fault. Yeah, you didn't bring it up.
Yeah, that was my bad, so.
So, yeah. Yeah, excited. Show 24. We had a good show last week. We talked baseball cards, collectibles, and there was a suggestion that from Away Jersey, we were talking about baseball cards, and he said he keeps some in his car, and whenever he sees in a parking lot, if a car has a team license plate or a sticker on it, he'll put that card on their
So have you put a card on somebody's windshield wiper this week?
Today was my first one.
Was it really?
Yep. I put cards in my truck this week.
It's official.
And today I saw and it was a St. Louis Cardinals.
So anybody who sees a card on your truck, congratulations. You have been carded by Michael Clay.
Yeah.
The Mike.
Yeah, so it was St. Louis Cardinals, and it was a Jeep.
So not only was it carded, but you were carded for the cards.
No. Yeah. That was lame.
St. Louis Cardinals carded for the cards.
Okay.
Come on.
What do you think, audience?
See, somebody loves me. Somebody loves me.
All right.
And Sean is apparently excited about Wisdom Beard today.
That's right.
So
I love Sean, man. He's my biggest fan.
Obviously.
No, he's number 2 to Ellis. Ellis is my biggest fan.
Ellis is definitely your biggest fan.
Yeah.
Hopefully Ellis is joining us today. We'll see.
But yeah, so I was excited. I saw that, and I got a little nervous and scared.
I think Pablo Mac is my biggest fan. We haven't seen Pablo Mac in a while.
No, we haven't. But yeah, man, I was nervous. I was like, what if they walk up when I'm putting this card, and then I gotta go,
they're gonna be like, did you wreck my car and now you're leaving me a note with insurance information?
Yeah.
You know, you could just tell it to me now. No, I didn't. Let me tell you what. I'm gonna have to give you this long escalated story then.
I'm leaving you a baseball card. They'll be like, what? But no, I think it's a cool idea. And
they'd be like, isn't that worth money? You're like, nah, it's not worth the paper it's printed on.
Well, when I was getting cards together to put in my truck, I was like, what if I give one that's like, I didn't know it was worth like $200?
You didn't pre-price them?
No, I just kind of looked at the names and nobody really stuck out or anything. But like I said, it's like my late 80s cards that aren't really worth a whole lot.
So they're still good to go. It's fine if they don't.
Yeah. But, you know, hey, good for you if I give you one accidentally that's worth $50.
Congratulations. Mike just put a $50 bill on your windshield wiper.
And you know, what kind of smile will that bring to they'll be like, that was awesome.
Or like, this is a great day.
Yeah.
Or they'll just throw it away not knowing that it's worth $50.
Yeah, that would be funny.
To be just like you. I don't know, is it worth $50?
Yeah. I don't know. And then another guy listened to our show. There you go. He, Stephen Whitehouse is his name, a friend of mine. He said he was going to start doing that too. He listened to the show one day last week, and he said, he was going to start doing the same.
Now
thing.
we've started a trend.
Away jersey has, yeah. But so yeah, no, that's fun. So
jersey.
Anybody that's
that's the tag name I want. Away jersey.
So anybody out there, if you start doing this because of this show, let us know when you left the card. It'll be like our thing,
Post it on. Just so you know, folks, we need you to become a fan of the Mike and Jrod Facebook show. Now, Mike and I were talking about this. I'm not a big pusher. I don't know, but here's the deal. Facebook won't even let us broadcast live on our own page if we do not have 150 followers.
Yes.
We are 4 followers away. That's all we need.
Yeah.
4 more followers on our Mike and Jrod show Facebook page. So we need you to follow, please. Follow, because we want to be able to broadcast live on our own Facebook page.
Yeah. Right now, it's going out to you and I's Facebook.
It's on our personal pages.
Yeah.
That's correct. And so we're trying to expand our broadcast capabilities. We're hoping to also expand into the Instaverse and into the did we talk about doing the Commieverse with the TikToky?
Yeah, possibly. Yeah,
Possibly.
That's.
Hey, tell us where you think we should broadcast. We want to hear it from you.
Yeah. Where would you watch it if not on Facebook or YouTube? Would you watch it on Instagram or TikTok? Yeah.
Yeah, I think we talked about
anything else, but
TikTok. What was the other one that we talked about?
I think that's all.
Vine, right? Oh, that one's out of
I
business.
was going to say that's not around. Yeah. Okay. So Sean, so middle school softball is in full swing here in Middle Tennessee, and I did see that West Wilson Middle School beat Siegel, and I don't know if they were state. He's saying they were state champs last year. I thought it was Oakland, but anyway, West Wilson beat in middle school. They beat Siegel today, and MJCA beat Clarksville Academy. I was at that game.
Wow.
Before I came here, yeah.
MJCA putting it on the map, baby.
Also, they beat Friendship yesterday. So
your Alma's putting it down, baby.
They got some softball going, which is exciting.
What about Gladeville Middle?
Gladeville Middle, we have not played a first regular season game yet. We played some play days and preseason games, and then our first regular season game would be the week after coming back from spring break.
So everybody needs to go out and support
your local
softball teams.
Yep. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. So yeah, do that. Oh, there we are. But yeah, so SEC basketball is regular season's coming to a close. Tomorrow is the last day of games. Then the SEC tournament starts Wednesday. And what was that?
That's probably something
you got a text.
My phone vibrating.
Yeah, so Wednesday is day 1 of the SEC tournament. Still not sure of all the seeds, but Auburn has locked down the number 1 seed for the SEC tournament. I think they get a 2-game bye, if I remember right. So they get to play.
Reagan can probably pitch in some words of wisdom on this one.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they'll play. Their first game will be Friday, and then Florida has also the top 4 seeds get a 2-game bye.
Oh, nice.
So
we've got 1 and 2 locked in now.
Auburn and Florida, and then still right now as it sets, Alabama's the 3 seed and Tennessee would be the 4 seed. Ooh, yeah. And but tomorrow is going to really shake all that up and then put all that in concrete of who's got what seed. Oh, there are 2 more seeds that are locked in.
So should we have a survey that says who's going to win what tomorrow? I mean, I didn't even think about that. That might be.
I don't know, but I was looking it up, and one of the biggest games that they said holds the most weight with the SEC seeding tomorrow is Kentucky at Missouri. Which right now Kentucky's an 8 seed and Missouri is the 6 seed. But depending on that game, like Missouri, they can still fall anywhere from the 4th seed to the 8th seed.
Wow.
So, which is huge because if
That's
you're
a big swing.
you're a 4 seed, you get the 2-game break, yeah. And then they say Kentucky can fall anywhere between 5 and 8.
Yeah, so Reagan confirmed what you were saying.
Yeah.
Top 4 won't play until Friday.
Friday, yeah.
So, thank you, Reagan.
He's my fact checker.
That's right. Fact checker.
Yep. Then, so yeah, Kentucky, Missouri, Mississippi State, Arkansas, which it's weird. Mississippi State, that game, they can fall anywhere 8 and 9. And I watched them really for the first time this past week. And I don't think they're very good. I don't know how much you've watched, probably not a lot, but yeah. And it's not like I'm this SEC guru, but watching them, for them to be, they were ranked 25, and I was like, there's no way they should be ranked ahead of Vandy.
Well, and I watched that that first Tennessee Vandy game when Vandy won, and I just wasn't impressed with Tennessee either. I mean, at the time, Tennessee was ranked number 1 or something, and I was like,
yeah.
you got to be kidding me! Like they just, I don't know, they didn't show up, and Vandy was there to play. So
yeah. Well, that goes to, though, SEC is strong because, Tennessee.
So is Vandy not going to make the tournament? Is that confirmed now?
No, they're still in. I think they need to win tomorrow. They need to beat Georgia.
Reagan says State's very inconsistent.
Yeah, and I would agree because I think it was Tuesday night, that game I watched them.
So Vandy locks in a win against Georgia, and it's likely they'll be in the tournament as well then.
Yeah, some of them are already counting them in, but at least win tomorrow, and if they could win one in the SEC tournament, then I'd say they're deadlocked somewhere. 9 seed, 8 seed, 10 seed, something like that. But yeah, I think they're in unless they just lose the next 2. Maybe they're on the bubble then. But so yeah. So Vandy tomorrow, win or lose, they can fall anywhere in the 8 and 9 seed. I'm sorry, the 9 or 12 seed, depending on win and losing in the SEC. And then Mississippi State could fall. They play Arkansas. They can fall somewhere in 9-11. Arkansas is kind of set. There's a lot, like they can move three positions from where they're at right now. So there's still a lot of movement to go, depending on tomorrow.
It's hard to believe that it's coming down to the very last song and dance here, and
for a lot of them.
Yeah, that just blows my mind. But I mean, the conference is so strong. I mean, I guess that explains it. So.
Right. Yeah. And but it makes for last.
Oh yeah, last hurrah.
Tomorrow
makes the games worth a lot more.
Yeah. Like tomorrow, I'd say a lot of SEC fans will be watching through the day.
So did we talk last week about the MLB stuff with regards to the contract with ESPN?
Major League Baseball? No, I don't think we did.
Have you heard about that?
Mm-mm.
So, no. It's kind of one of those things where I'm sitting here going, what the heck? Because apparently, I guess ESPN was looking at the MLB coming back on ESPN under their contract, and they said, nah, I don't think we're going to bring you back. And MLB's like, well, we can go for cheaper. And ESPN's like, yeah, you're not going to go at all.
Really? I haven't heard anything of that. So ESPN's not going to air baseball, Major League Baseball? My God.
So did you and I did we watch that video together where we were talking about everybody who makes money? And all the professional sports leagues were all in a room, and college football came in, and they're like, you're not a big boy, you shouldn't be here. And then college football was like, yeah, I think we brought in how much money, and we had how many fans?
We didn't.
And MLB and NHL were sitting on a couch.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like, yeah, well, I'm, blah, blah, blah. And then the MLB's like, yeah, I didn't have any money.
Huh. Are you sure?
Maybe I'm smoking something.
No, they got to. When did it say it expired? Oh. Both ESPN and MLB exercised a mutual opt-out on February 20th, 25 to end the agreement following this season.
Told you. Wow. So I'm not smoking something, man. It's legit.
It was originally to remain on air through 2028.
And now it's no more.
Wow. So I wonder what's going to happen after this year.
And I mean, there was a whole thing about, oh, yeah, what is this going to mean? Here it is.
Yeah, there it is. ESPN breakup.
So, and then the whole thing was, oh, well, and I think they went back to ESPN and says, well, we can take less money. And ESPN basically was like, no, we don't, there's no money you can have. There's not enough. We can't cut enough.
Dude, that is crazy.
So, and that just shows you where, and this kind of goes back to our conversation about when you have so many games. If you have too many games, the games become worth nothing.
Yeah.
My grandmother used to watch Braves baseball religiously.
Yeah.
If there was a Braves game on, she dropped everything.
Right, yeah.
Nothing but Braves. I'm going to watch the Braves.
Well, I mean, that's, they call it America's pastime. And I think, part of that was so many games.
Well, now it's pastime.
Yeah. I'm a tradition. I wouldn't want to change it. I love that they play 162 games. Yeah, it probably is too much, but it's what I grew up on.
Well,
watching.
the good side of that is you can go to games.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The bad side is, does the game really matter?
Yeah, not. I mean, well, I don't know. Just depends.
You got to win a heck of a lot of games.
Yeah, to stay in the pennant race though, because here's the thing: it kind of does. As far as just keeping up, if you want to get in one of the final, 8 spots? They only take like 8 teams, I think it's right, into the playoffs. 4 from each side. Yeah, I agree.
Reagan's thinking Fox will pick them up, huh?
Yeah, because I think
Fox Sports South.
Yeah, FS1. Another network will pick them up. And I wonder, though, what does that mean for, do you think this might be the beginning of I know NFL has kind of started doing it where they air Thursday night games on Amazon. Well, they had the Netflix.
What about all of a sudden now all the MLB teams have their own YouTube channel?
Oh, really?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, they would, yeah.
You have a contract with YouTube. Yeah, and YouTube broadcasts live streams every game.
Yeah. Yeah, could Hulu pick it up?
Somebody
would make a deal.
But where they broadcast, hey, here's all the Braves games. You watch every single Braves game.
Yeah, that would be
as a package.
Where they individually air those
That's
games.
right.
Dude.
So they just skip the whole revenue thing altogether and negotiate a deal with somebody like YouTube.
Yeah.
And, okay, YouTube, we're going to create the Braves channel.
Holy crap.
Can you imagine? I'm a Braves fan, so now I can watch every single Braves game on YouTube.
Dude, that's, yeah. They could do that because, every team has their own announcers, right? You can listen to they already have announcers, so you can just say,
they've got all their own infrastructure already in place.
You're just going to do it for our live stream now.
Yep.
And, but, all right, though, cameras and all that, though. They would have to provide all the camera, right? The team. Because usually if you broadcast...
Here's the deal. Once you start doing that, you just build the cameras into your stadium.
Yeah.
Then you got somebody sitting in a little broadcast booth that switches between cameras.
True.
Because they got automated cameras now. I wish Kevin was on our cast right now. I don't think he is, but Kevin's like a camera guru, works for News Channel 5 or whatever.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so looking at this, the Braves made about $71 million from local TV revenue.
Yeah, they were.
Angels brought in $125 million.
Oh wow, that was in 2023. Give the years on that too. I think that's.
Oh, these are
important.
year numbers: 2024, 2023. Yeah. The Guardians,
Indians, Cleveland Indians. I mean, yeah, they changed. Did you not know that? Yeah, they changed a couple of years ago to the Guardians. So
I just can't.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Guardians, so the Indians are now the Guardians,
Yep.
and the Redskins are now the Commies.
Yeah, Commanders. Yeah. So, oh yeah, so and these are from local. This is local TV revenue. The Braves 70. This is all local.
And see, and that's why I'm thinking, like, hey, you got a deal where you broadcast on YouTube Live, right? You live stream YouTube, and then you negotiate your local contracts. And that was something that I think they were talking about in the article, was that the bulk of the revenue money for the baseball teams came from local packages, not from national packages.
And look at starting with the Guardians, and then Brewers and Cardinals. From there, they all have Diamond Sports Channel.
Mm-hmm. What is Diamond Sports Channel?
Is that like?
I don't know.
Their own, and it says their own. Like, is that some way of what they Diamond Sports Channel? Right?
Diamond Sports Group was a regional sports network company
Bally
that's owned by Bally Sports.
Because Bally does have a channel that airs all the, individually they all have their own.
Really?
Yeah, kind of like you already said. They already
kind of like YouTube. They've already got their own infrastructure.
Yeah.
How do you watch it though? You pay for a subscription? Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's offered through your different TV providers, like Comcast or whoever. I think would offer Bally's, but you have to pay extra for it, if I'm not mistaken.
Let's see. How do I get Diamond Sports Channel?
Or Bally Sports Network. Oh, now it's FanDuel Sports. FanDuel took over. There you go.
You can access them as an add-on subscription on Amazon Prime Video, through cable, satellite, or streaming providers, or via the FanDuel Sports Network.
The app, So,
and FanDuel is betting, right? That's the betting site. So,
but they're gonna, air games, which makes sense. Why not? If I'm providing you betting, you want to watch the game. Watch it.
So they're gonna open the door for Pete.
Oh yeah.
Everybody bets. I'm still bitter about the fact they won't let Pete Rose in, but okay.
So, because you're a Reds guy anyway. To that point, we've already talked about this before too. The SMU, NIL. Isn't it funny how at one time,
It's ridiculous.
Paying players is the worst. SMU gets banned for a year, right? And then back in the 80s, and then Pete Rose is banned from the Hall of Fame because he gambled. And now we got a gambling company airing games and stuff.
Yep.
So they, and right or wrong, apology I think should go out to SMU and to Pete Rose.
Yep. I mean, I'm not in a position to apologize, but somebody should.
Yeah. No.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
They're both getting screwed.
Yeah.
And SMU's era of dominance. Of course, you could also argue, well, that means the other teams are trying to play by the rules, right? So that it was really an unfair thing. But whatever.
Yeah.
That's the rule of the world now, right?
What?
Money.
Oh yeah, hit your money button. It's hot tonight.
It's on fire tonight.
Yeah. But I mean, everything is. I mean, it's always been about money, I guess. But it's just now everybody's up front and
it's all out there.
Not embarrassed to say this is, or
all the underwear is hanging out on the line.
Man, Friday nights, you're fired up and going. You excited for the week? You do better on Friday nights.
But here's the deal, right? You remember what I talked about stress, right?
Yeah,
I don't have to work tomorrow.
I know.
It's great.
You are 20
great.
minutes in the show. You're hot.
It's great.
I like it.
It's great.
It's good
And I got my Vandy sweatshirt on too. So
got my Vandy.
you got your Vandy hat on. We got our new Vandy helmet on our new shelf. We didn't even talk about my Star Trek Enterprise that's floating back there on our shelf.
Yeah, y'all see that?
Magically floating.
Yeah. Oh, middle screen.
Yeah, it'll be middle screen. They'll have to see it floating in the middle screen.
Look at it. My Coach of the Year award back there.
That's right. That's right. And then my Eddie George. And then all our zombies from Plants vs. Zombies are back there. We're going to try to get some more shelves back there. I have to put them up myself. So.
And Sean, if you're still watching,
actually put them up with the imaginary intern has to.
Yeah, that imaginary intern. She's going to be busy.
Yeah. What about Sean? What were we going to say?
So he was on the team when I was coach pitching for our 8U travel team, and I think he helped get that little trophy.
Oh, he got the
us.
trophy for you.
Yeah, yeah. So
we should call it Sean's trophy.
No, I'm the world's greatest pitcher.
You were the pitching coach though, right?
No, so in 8U you pitch to your players.
That's what I said. You were the pitching coach.
Oh.
Well, the coach that pitches, the pitching coach?
Yeah. Okay. Well, that also.
I don't even know. I mean, I don't know the terms, so maybe I'm saying it wrong. But
well, I don't want people to think I know about pitching and I coach people in pitching because I don't.
Oh, okay.
Because
I see the interpretation.
Every college, high school, pro, major league team has a pitching coach, and that's what he does is coaches the pitcher.
Well, with our huge audience, they may interpret that you offer coaching, pitch coaching. So,
yeah, they would soon find out what I was lying to them after one lesson with their kid. Yeah.
I'm glad you're over there on your buttons tonight.
Yeah. Man, Friday night's good for both of us.
It is, because we don't have to work tomorrow.
Yeah, I think that's I'm relaxed, I'm loose, I'm raring to go.
Thought about getting my PBRs out, but I think we'll just stick with coffee for right now.
Yeah, the coffee's kicking in.
Speaking of, we got our coffee mugs out there available online. If you want to support the show, I think I'm going to do a Patreon too, right? So if people want to actually, because the coffee mugs are only like the cut we get is what, $1, something like that. And I'm here. He hit the bat. He hit bat. So
in 8U, you were just trying to put the ball where they could get the bat, like.
So you want them to hit.
Yeah,
you want them to hit. So they get some positive energy going. They feel good about it.
And
but anyway, I didn't mean to get off task. So when we talk about like raising money for the show, like this does actually cost us money now. I think we're paying for a subscription to be able to broadcast on multiple platforms. And so if you want to help out the show, you can buy a lot of our cool gear. Like we've got some coffee mugs out there. We've got some MikeandJrod.com. You just go to our store. Coffee mugs. What else we got? Oh, you got a toboggan too. Michael's going to display some. He's going to wear some to the show.
Yeah, so I was hoping, I ordered some stuff for myself, for my father-in-law and my dad. I'm going to give them hats, and I got us some coffee mugs. It was shipped Tuesday. I was hoping it'd be in before the show today, but it was not at the house. So, but next week.
So just so you can see here,
showing
right?
Off a little bit of what
MikeandJrod.com. Go to the Mike and J-Rod Show store. We got a throw blanket, travel mug, glossy mug. I think we're going to have a couple of these that we're going to use on the show.
That's what we're going to have, yeah.
A water bottle. Got some hoodies, right?
Hats.
Really different style hats.
I got that trucker cap.
That white and black trucker cap there.
I like that. And then I did get me a beanie.
Well, just some stuff for you to support the Mike and J-Rod Show. And, and we're also probably, it's like we make, what, $1 off each one of these or something like that?
I'm not sure how,
There's no way we're going to pay for the show using we wanted the stuff to be affordable, right? I felt like we wanted it affordable, right? We want people to be able to support the show. And so, anyway, my other thing is if people want to support the show, like, hey, I want to give money to help the show out. A lot of folks do Patreon, which is like a donation thing, so you can actually donate to the show, and we'll probably look at doing something like that too. We're also looking at some brand sponsorship stuff, like connecting with Amazon and Target and talking about products that we like. Like, I feel like if it's one of those things where we drink the coffee, right? So if people like coffee, they just buy the coffee off our website and help out the show, right? So we're going to tell you kind of the products that we like and the things that we purchase, and give you links so that we can get affiliate links. Hopefully we can get that set up. So.
Yeah. So cool. That was a quick, what do you call that?
A promo? I don't know.
For ourselves? Yeah, I like
Just
it.
explaining how, like, we don't want to be that, oh, we need you to do this or that. We want to, if you're going to buy coffee, you might as well buy the coffee we buy. If you're going to buy I was just thinking about things that I like, that I'd like to tell people about. So I got this shower head in the shower. I really like it. I like that shower head. I'm gonna try to, once we get that affiliate link going, I'm gonna get you. It's got a little jet on it and everything, man. That's good stuff.
You're being serious. I thought I was like, that's a good joke. I thought
no.
You're being serious about
It's a
the
heart
shower
attack.
head.
I love this shower head. It's got like 5 jet settings. Little handheld shooter.
That worked as a joke, though. That was good.
love that
Friday
shower
night.
head, man. Love that shower
I like
head.
Friday night, Jared.
I was trying to think of other things that I like that, that was the thing. I think we talked about, you can hit it.
I know what you like.
I like turtles.
By the way, that was Jared. Jared recorded that voice. It's his voice.
I like turtle. I can't even do the voice. It's something I wish I knew how to do really well. I wish I could do the
voice impersonation.
Oh my gosh, I wish I could.
I do too. I wish I might have this. Oh no.
I think the only voice impersonation I can do is the bass guy from Boys to Men. That's it.
But
that's my voice, right?
Yeah.
So it's not like it's anything special.
My accent's so thick, I can't do anything but just.
Yeah. So what was it in Nate's book? What did your wife say that you were?
Oh.
Bubbly, blah, 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 blah.
No, she's talking to me is like talking to a banjo. Yeah.
That's what I need is a banjo sound on here.
And I know my southern accent. I know it's thick, and I know like.
I'm liking your wife more and more every day.
Yeah.
The more I learn about her.
Well, and I get it. I've lived with this for 46 years now. My accent, and I know probably when people first hear it, it probably brings up some questions in their mind about my upbringing or my intelligence. And like, all right, so the short answer to those questions that probably pop in people's minds are yes and no. Yes, listen, yes, I did graduate high school, and no, I did not make out with my sister. Mainly because I didn't have a sister, so I settled for a cousin.
I was about to say, you settled for your cousin, didn't you?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
So, but yeah, moving on, let's see. I think got through last week recap. Yeah, so basketball, I think we wrapped up. Watch tomorrow. It's going to be a big day for SEC basketball.
Yeah, we were looking at the games tomorrow. The big one is that Missouri versus Kentucky, right? Because it's 15 versus 19. A lot of the others are looking like, they're not really. That Georgia, what is Georgia? Is Georgia good? What's their record look like?
Well, Georgia's 11th right now in the SEC. They are 19 and 11 overall, 7 and 10 in the conference. I think they're a bubble team. So they got something to play for. So
Vandy and Georgia both have something to play for.
Yeah, I think if they lose to Vandy, they may be out of the tournament. Which, all right, this leads me into some of our topics and stuff we're going to talk about today. So Auburn plays Alabama tomorrow. Alabama at Auburn, which...
Did you put the updated standings on the board?
No,
here?
I started to and I ran out of time. So only Auburn, Florida, Alabama, and Tennessee are updated. The rest I didn't get to. But so this brings me to getting into some of our topics today and just stuff to throw around and talk about.
Now, why is it that Ole Miss has a better record than Kentucky and Mississippi State, but they're not ranked?
That's just the way coaches polls and all that. So that tells me some of their wins were against, maybe their SEC schedule wasn't as tough as some of the others, like Kentucky and Mississippi State.
Oh, gotcha.
I don't know for sure, but the AP poll, the coaches poll, they all vote a certain ways and have feelings.
So that means Ole Miss and Vandy are bubble too, then.
No, I'd say Ole Miss is probably in. Vandy, everybody's saying Vandy's in because the wins they got several quality wins. Even though they have a 8-9 SEC.
I was about to say they got a losing conference record.
Yeah, but it hits to the SEC is
so
strong. So that's not really necessarily counting against them.
Yeah, their overall win-loss 20-10, huh? 20 versus 20
Yeah,
game
20
wins.
and 10, which is a huge turnaround. Last year they won 9 games all year.
Really?
Yeah. So, I mean, it's a huge turnaround. It's good turnaround.
Man, Auburn is just on fire, aren't they? 27-3.
Yeah, there you go. There's an answer.
Oh, they didn't play as strong an out-of-conference schedule.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And neither did Vandy, really. Their out-of-conference was not crazy strong. But they did well, and, they beat some good teams in the SEC.
I wonder if that whole deal where they were talking about the new football schedule, SEC Big Ten deal that they're working on, where SEC teams are going to play Big Ten teams, and Big Ten teams are going to play SEC teams. I wonder if that's going to bleed over to basketball, too.
Well, right now, it used to be the SEC early in non-conference play in the basketball season. It'd be the ACC Big Ten Challenge, where like a 2-night span, the ACC would play Big Ten teams.
Almost like, hey, this is the ACC Big Ten weekend.
That's what, and then it would also be the SEC Big 12 Challenge, where SEC played all Big 12 teams.
Interesting.
For like 2 days in a row. But I mean, So here's one of the questions.
We didn't do our survey. We got to set our survey up.
We hadn't had one. This is more topics. Chime in, and we'll make. I like doing these because I've started making the shorts out of certain. If there's a good clip.
Oh, out of the questions.
Yeah, and you can get. You put it out there, and sometimes people will chime in. But so Auburn has number 1 seed locked up, right? In the SEC, but they play Alabama tomorrow, which you would think, all right, Alabama, that's a top 10 matchup, 7-1, but that game really means nothing for Auburn as far as conference.
Because it's already locked in.
So would you...
Oh, yeah, I didn't notice that game. I don't know how I missed that.
So my question is...
Is that going to impact the actual... That won't impact the tournament, though. They're still going to be top of the tournament.
Yeah, I think Auburn can still get a number 1 seed, maybe the overall number 1 seed. But so tomorrow's game for Auburn doesn't really mean a lot. So, and like in the NFL, if they already got their seed locked up, they usually wouldn't play their starters. So do you play your best players tomorrow or play to win?
Are you talking about Auburn?
Yeah, Auburn.
I would think Alabama's going to play the best they got.
No, Alabama is, but does Auburn... Do you
but I mean, if you don't play your best players, then now you kind of said, "Hey, I'm going to give away the game."
Right, because it means nothing. It's not going to hurt or help you, I don't think. Mm-hmm. And same with Florida. Florida's got it locked up. Now they play a little easier team, I think, tomorrow.
They're playing Ole Miss.
Well, no, yeah.
Ole Miss is that one that I just said was, man, right. I can't believe they're not ranked.
Now Florida may. Because they're the 2 seed, but if they were to win and then they do well in the SEC tournament, they might, they're still kind of vying maybe for a number 1 seed possibly. So
the audience is like,
yeah. So Reagan says you play your best because it is a rivalry game.
Oh yeah, Auburn, Alabama. That's like the Iron Bowl
of basketball.
Yeah.
But see,
good point there, Reagan.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see now. What Auburn does, and Bruce Pearl, he's the coach. So,
yeah, Bruce Pearl, he used to be the coach of Tennessee.
Yeah, now he probably goes, I'm playing to win.
I would think so.
But
Because it's like reputation on the line when you're playing Auburn versus Alabama. Reagan's right on the money on that one.
Yeah, but I think that still means more in football than it does in basketball. I mean, I know it's the
Well, it
rivalry,
didn't
right?
before, but now maybe it does mean more. Because it is the SEC. Just means more.
I don't know which one. Price is right on that.
The price is right on that one.
Yeah. Yeah, and then, like, but no one cares. Oklahoma and Texas play tomorrow.
You could have hit the buzzer, maybe.
Yeah.
Because that was kind of lame. It was kind of a dad
No,
joke.
I kind of liked it.
You like dad jokes?
Yeah, I do. Lame jokes sometimes I do like. So, I guess it's everybody thinks they would play your best players.
Yep. Well, we'll see what the survey says. Survey says? I don't think that's the right button.
The only thing, because wasn't
what is the sound for survey says? Isn't there like a survey says sound? Maybe that is the sound for survey says.
Yeah, because that's the buzzer. Or if you get it right, it's ding, 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 ding. It's like a ding, ding. Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
and
that's
then if
not
it's
as exciting.
yeah, the wrong is better.
Survey says.
Brrr. You get the buzzer. Yeah.
That's exactly like the buzzer you
Yeah.
get. Yeah.
And I like that.
You know, for some reason I remember it being more. It just doesn't have enough meat to it.
Yeah.
It's not as exciting as I thought it would be.
Yeah. Sorry it let you down.
I just remember the survey says sounds exciting. Survey says. Now isn't it? What's his name? Who does Family Feud?
Steve Harvey.
Steve Harvey.
Mm-hmm.
Who was it that used to do Family Feud? I want to say Pat Sajak, but I don't think that was Wheel of Fortune, wasn't it?
Yeah. He just retired too. He did it for like, I don't know, 30, 40 years.
Family Feud hosts. Was there multiple hosts?
Yeah, there used to be.
Richard Dawson?
Yeah, yeah. Ray Combs. Yeah, Dawson, yeah.
Was he the one that I'm thinking of? When I think of survey, so let's see, what's the dates? 1994? No, so he would have been again in 94, 95.
Yeah.
I think Ray Combs is probably the one I would be thinking of, because I'm trying to think of the time period when I would have been watching it.
Well, look up Richard Dawson's picture and see. I bet it's Richard Dawson over Ray Combs.
Richard Dawson.
He also, yeah.
Oh yeah, it is Richard Dawson.
Yeah.
That's the image that I think of. Let's see. I wonder if they even. Let's see. I doubt it.
He did another game show back in the 70s. Because Richard Dawson, I don't know if they, I think he was a ladies' man.
Oh,
he would kiss all the women, like the women on the show. I think he would always kiss their hand.
Mutual friend?
And
No.
That's not it. That's not what I was looking for.
yeah, he was always.
He was a ladies' man.
Yeah, he would hug them when they got them wrong, and when he introduced, first met them.
Love at first sight.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, that was actually a
Subway commercial.
Yeah, meatballs.
Sweaty balls.
Yeah.
Nancy says he used to kiss their lips.
Yes. Thank you, man.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Yeah, that's
that
what
is
I told
crazy.
you. He was a lady, and he did another show back in the 70s where he, and I can't remember it. It comes on the Game Show Network now, and I like to watch it. My parents watch it all the time now.
Here's why Richard Dawson started kissing females.
Yeah, look at that. He is full blown.
Wow. Man alive. I must have been too young to recognize what was going on there.
Yeah.
Maybe he should have been. What was that one, the marriage show? What was the marriage TV show?
Newlywed Game?
Yeah.
Now, I think it was...
Have him host that. That caused all kinds of problems.
So the Match Game, I think they show that a lot on... That's what my mom and dad watch, and when I go over there, they're usually watching that. And he's on that. It was in the early 70s. And if they had a woman contestant, he'd put his arm around them. Like he's always been that
A little
way.
too handsy there,
Yeah,
huh?
yeah. I think, yeah.
Then again, I guess maybe there's some ladies, hey, I want to be on the Family Feud.
Yeah. And see, I look at him and like, you know, in today's world, like Tom Brady, I'll admit he's a handsome fella. But like, is he handsome? Was he handsome back then?
I feel like he was a good-looking guy.
Okay. All right. That's all I
I'm
was
not
wondering.
usually a guy, but you
Yeah.
know,
But I'll admit,
if I can recognize good-looking guys.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
competitive thing, man.
And I want to say,
I feel like he's a pretty good-looking guy.
okay.
Don't you think? You don't think so?
Yeah, no, I can see it. I do like the sideburns coming down.
And he's wearing his like double-breasted suit, and
Yeah, that's a nice suit. Look at that dude's hair.
Nancy says he met his wife on Family Feud.
Wow. So first I'm gonna say thank you to Nancy.
Yeah, thanks for
she's kind of a
chiming
new
in.
watcher.
We appreciate that.
Yeah, we love the live chat back and forth. It
Always makes the show really good.
Yep. So thank you.
And we're trying to do more. So one of the things we noticed in the previous shows is that people would chat, and if you chat on YouTube or you chat on Facebook, it doesn't necessarily feed back and forth. And so we're trying to figure out a way to solve that problem. I was working on it tonight, hoping to do it, but I didn't get it.
Yeah.
It all worked out.
But we do see your comments, and we will. We want you to comment in. We'll refer to them if we're struggling on trying to figure something out, or we may ask anybody that's watching chime in and help us.
well, I'd love to have more comedy
Yes.
since Michael's so lame. Jeez.
What? Boo! Man, that's the long boo.
That's the long boo. Yeah, you're
cut-
going to have to stop that boo.
Calm down, audience. Calm down. We all
They're
know-
all disappointed
Yeah, disappointed in you.
that I'm creating the circus.
Yeah. But yeah, man, he was. I think. Who do you think's the better Family Feud host?
I mean, I picture Richard Dawson. I'm trying to think what Ray Combs even looks like.
Yeah.
Do you remember what he looks like? Did he look like Dawson? No,
No, I do remember him.
I remember him, but he's not.
Yeah.
I don't picture him as being the host of Family Feud. I just don't.
Yeah.
Let's see, who's the other one?
think-
Louis Anderson.
Yeah, I remember they tried when they revived Family Feud. But to me, Richard Dawson and then Steve Harvey stick out for me.
Yeah, so Louis Anderson, when I picture him, I picture something else. Did he have another show that he did?
Well, he was a stand-up comedian, and he's done.
That's what I'm picturing as stand-up
he was
comedy stuff.
Yeah.
I was thinking he was on another show though that was a bigger deal.
I'm not real sure.
They mentioned the Louis show. Did he? So he had his own
Yeah,
show at
yeah,
one point in time.
Yeah. Okay.
Ray used the word "bam" when
Bam.
somebody got a big answer. Bam!
Who's the?
That makes me think of the double whammies.
well,
No
that-
whammies, no whammies,
Yeah,
no
yeah.
whammies.
Well, no, that's a chef. Who does the chef? Bam.
Bam!
He's I think in
not
Louisiana.
not what's his name? Not Salt Bay or anything, is it? No, Salt Bay wouldn't be Bam.
No, what was his
That's
name?
too modern.
Emerald.
Emerald. Yep, I know what you're talking about.
Lagasse, maybe.
Yep.
He
I know
was
what you're
the,
talking
yeah.
about.
He would go bam. Put a little of this on there. Bam.
Oh, Richard Karn hosted it. He was the guy,
Oh.
Al Borland, off
Yeah.
of Home Improvement.
Boy, I bet he didn't host long.
Apparently not. He hosted 2002 to 2006.
Well, that's a run.
Pretty
4
good
years,
run, yeah. It's pretty good. I mean, most shows, talk about game shows, hosting a game show or a game show existing period. Then, of course, John Hurley apparently, I guess, was a host too.
Oh gosh.
I don't picture John Hurley either. So, I mean, you know, it's
Yeah.
like the eras. I'll picture Steve Harvey as the host.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I
he's
picture
kinda on
Richard
it.
Dawson as the host. I can see those other guys being hosts, but it's almost like a guest host on Saturday Night Live.
Right.
Kind of thing.
They didn't make it their own. Like Richard Dawson and then Steve Harvey has just, you could probably say he's the best one that's ever been on Family Feud. But
John O'Hurley was the King Neptune on SpongeBob SquarePants.
That's funny.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. That's funny.
Oh my goodness. King Neptune SpongeBob.
Yeah. So he was the voice of that guy.
Yep.
Huh.
Yeah.
I didn't know that at all.
That's a great
But-
character.
As new manager, you've got to keep a
Yeah. That's funny.
Oh, here we go.
You have stolen the royal crown.
Oh,
you
that
I've
guy.
stolen the royal crown.
for clever as
Almost
you
sounds
are.
like Homer Simpson.
Kind of does.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. But now I'm picturing John O'Hurley though, because I think I hear his voice in other things. He was in Seinfeld too.
Yeah.
I don't remember, to tell the truth, but I do remember his voice in other things.
Yeah. So he's been around. But I don't remember him on Family Feud. I would, if that was a trivia
remember
question,
that.
I would have never said, yeah,
I've
he was
gotten
on
it wrong.
Family Feud. Yeah, I wouldn't have give you that guess. All right. Well, man, that was a good little.
The lead role of King Arthur in Spamalot at the Wynn Las Vegas. Oh man, Spamalot. That's a
Yeah.
good one. That's a good one.
That's
Okay.
good. So, man, I like.
Didn't mean
I
to go
like
down that
talk.
rabbit
No,
hole.
that's fun though. We got some Family
Interesting
Feud.
convo-
Yeah,
Family
yeah.
Feud's a great. That was a
That's-
great shows.
That's kind of in our.
It's in our wheelhouse.
Yeah, we grew up. It was there, kind of like
It's in the things we
collecting
know.
Cards. Yeah, yeah. That's yeah, the things we know.
The few things that we know.
The more you know.
The more you know.
Boom, boom, boom. That was NBC or something. Yeah.
It's in our circus.
Yep. So I have a question.
Is this one of your questions for the survey? Says?
Yeah. One of the topic surveys. So comes to sports. Who is tougher? Rugby players or hockey players?
Ooh.
And I don't know that we have.
I mean, rugby in the United States, is rugby really? It's
big in
up and
college.
coming right now.
Yeah,
right?
well, and colleges have a lot of rugby club teams, and because I knew a guy that back in the early 2000s, I knew him. He played on MTSU had a club rugby team back then.
Oh, Nashville has a rugby football club.
Yeah, rugby. It's on the. It's quietly, I think, getting popular.
I want to say that my nephew plays on a rugby team.
Really.
I think Andrew plays on a rugby team.
So yeah, like who's tougher? I think rugby
Dude,
players.
rugby's pretty brutal because they're not even wearing pads or nothing, right? I mean,
right.
that's a. Am I wrong? I mean, in rugby,
No.
and it's not like soccer. Like this is
So-
like really, really physical.
Oh, no.
Yes.
It's like playing backyard football.
Yeah, with no pads on.
We're just out there.
no pads, no
Yeah.
helmets, no nothing.
Yeah. But, so this came up, I know what came up. Last night we were talking, I was at a work conference and we went out after we ate and talking with some guys.
I mean,
and-
that's a rugby scrum right there, right?
Yes, that's a rugby scrum. And because here's another question who I was having this conversation with said, well, you don't hear, like in American football, NFL, college, whatever, you hear of a lot of, they got paralyzed, leading with the head, and getting injured, right, by leading with the head.
You hear about rugby injuries?
You don't hear about, and then and the guy I was talking with said it's because they teach them the right way to tackle without pads. You don't want to lead with your head with a.
Yeah, when you don't
helmet.
have a helmet, you're
Yeah.
not going to lead with your head for
And
sure.
so, like, you tackle with your head up, shoulder in the gut. You know what I mean? You keep your head up, and you don't lead with your head. You want to lead with your shoulder, type. Which makes sense if you tackle properly.
Because of what they're teaching.
Yeah. And back in the day, in football, I remember you never led with your head.
I feel like rugby is something where it's like part football, part soccer.
Yeah,
Is it just me, or maybe it's just me?
I would have liked.
I'm sure rugby fans would be like, it's nothing like either one.
No, they would. Yeah.
You dummy.
Because I think New Zealand has like, they had the best. They have like, it's traditionally one of the best rugby countries teams. So
Reagan's going with hockey, and ultimately, right? Rugby doesn't have sticks, right?
Yeah.
So hockey's got sticks and all kinds of problems.
Yeah, but so
Sticks
what I
and
mean
gloves
though,
and-
like in tougher, like let's say some rugby players walked into a bar. That's the start of a joke, and the hockey players. Sorry,
I just wanted to drink.
put your hand up. No, and I pat your back. There you go.
Yeah, I think it just went up my nose. Some rugby players went into a bar. That should be a laugh from the audience. What's going on here?
They did laugh. You were too
Not
busy
enough. I
choking.
was too busy choking.
You choked them out with your, drowned them out with your choke.
Like
They
my
did
coffee
laugh.
just went up my nose. It caught me off so darn so bad.
But yeah, so like just overall tougher, which
Okay, so now where's that joke going to go? Some rugby players walk into a
I don't know.
bar,
I hadn't figured it out yet.
and then the NHL players walk in behind them. And
yeah.
what was the thing where Pat McAfee talked about somebody just beating the snot out of like 5 people or something? There was a player that did that. I think he was an NHL
yeah.
player.
So I think hockey players, you got to have a few marbles missing, and that's what makes them scarier and tougher. But like bigger wise, I think if you put, I think rugby players are more thicker, stout.
Here it is. Scottsdale police have released surveillance video of a brawl involving former NHL player Paul Bissonnette and 6 men at a Houston's restaurant. He beat up 6 people. He hospitalized all 6 of them.
No, in him being hospitalized.
I'm telling you, he beat them all up.
But he got hospitalized. But if you're fighting 6 people,
You're gonna get hospitalized. Here it is.
yeah, he fought 6 dudes.
6 dudes. He beat up 6 dudes. That's him right there. He beat up 6 dudes.
Yeah, you gotta like.
And
I
the video
said,
footage of that is just crazy. If you haven't watched that video footage, you need to watch it. Like, it shows they have video footage of him in the restaurant.
See, he
apparently, these 6 guys were picking on some waitress.
I don't know if he beat them all up.
He did.
They said he was.
They
assaulted.
followed him into the parking lot.
Oh,
And then he backed up and backed up and backed up, and they kept following him across
Yeah.
the parking lot. He finally backed up against a wall and then beat up all 6 of them.
my gosh. Well, you know what? Maybe I
Don't mess with a hockey player,
Yeah,
bro.
I've always thought I would never mess with a hockey.
And who
player.
was it? Tutu was the one for the Predators for
Nashville, yeah.
forever, right?
Yeah, and I think we talked about him.
Is it Tutu? How do you spell it? Tutu?
I think it's Tootoo. Jordan Tutu. But you got to put them together.
I don't
You
think
got a
that's going to be
space.
Tutu.
You got them spaced. It's a bunch of babies on Google. So I didn't. There it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, he's not.
See, I told
Who's
you.
he playing for now? He's
I
playing
think
for.
he's. I don't think he plays.
Did he
anymore.
end this with the Red Wings? He ended it with the Red Wings.
Um,
Let's see if I can actually
yeah,
get
he's
him
a
in a
former
Predators.
player.
Because a lot of people have his jersey.
Yeah, yeah.
There we go. There's a Predators jersey.
Yeah,
It's the wrong Tutu. So
yeah. Jordan Tutu. He
not the Tutu baby Tutu.
No, that was funny.
That shows you who really looks up the internet, right?
Yeah.
It's parents trying to find something for their kid to watch. Now I can't get it to come up.
There you go. Because you had a space in between it.
But I put a space in between it now and it still doesn't come up. They figured out that it was the wrong thing.
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
not what I was looking for. And they're like, oh, no.
Yeah, but
I did get it on the screen for just
hockey players are
posterity's sake.
crazy. But I
But
wouldn't mess
Tutu
with a
was the
rugby.
Bruno. Like, he was the
Oh
one
yeah,
that beat
yeah,
the
yeah. He'd
snot
go
out
in
of
there
people.
and fight. Yeah.
Oh, here's a video of him
Yeah,
fighting
yeah.
right there.
He'd square up with you. He to be a bruiser like that, he wasn't a big guy like some of them are. I mean, look, that guy's bigger than him, but he didn't.
But man, Tutu didn't play.
No,
Man.
he didn't care.
He didn't play.
No. So yeah, so where do you land on that? Rugby. I wouldn't fight either one. I don't care. I don't think I'd fight.
You know, I picture rugby as being. I picture this as being the difference between boxing and what's the
MMA.
MMA.
You would.
I picture rugby as being MMA,
Okay.
and I picture NHL as being boxing.
Right.
And I'm like, dude, I'm sorry, but MMA is
Gonna in the end get you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They're going to choke you out. They're going to take you down. They're going to, and it's not a bash on NHL.
No.
It's still scary as all get out. I'm not trying to face off against Mike Tyson or anything, right?
Yeah.
But I see it as the same kind of thing, right?
That's
Because I mean, boxing. If you got a good boxer, he's going to put you down.
Yeah.
But it's the same kind of thing with. But if you look at hockey too, right? I mean, that's what they do when they're bruising. They're punching, right?
Oh, yeah.
Whereas I feel like, when you think about rugby, I think about, man, they're going to take you down.
Yeah. Well, and I think with like a hockey player, and these 6 guys found it out probably, like, they probably...
These 6 guys found it out.
Yeah. They probably, like, don't quit. I feel like a hockey player doesn't know when he's beat.
He's not going to quit. Yep.
Like, he'd have to die before he just
That's
quit.
right.
Right. That's an issue. Anybody that doesn't quit, there's your little babies. But man, so I don't know. Okay, Sean has chimed in. Not a fan of the Bruins, which I knew he was a hockey guy. Sean plays. He may still play in an adult league around here, hockey. Which So he says the Bruins
performing on the biggest stage in the world was.
Yeah, get that out. We don't care about that crap. Oh. So yeah, he says there was a Boston Bruin, Captain Patrice Bergeron. I've heard of that guy. Played the last 2 games of their last Stanley Cup win with a punctured lung.
A punctured lung.
And a lacerated spleen.
He was playing with a punctured lung.
Yeah. You know, I'm
That's
starting
pretty
to get
brutal.
pulled over
I don't
to
know.
the
I'm
hockey
starting to
side,
think a
because I
little
was with
differently.
you with rugby, but it's not a dig at rugby players either.
It's just brutal. Like, really brutal.
Dude, that's crazy.
That's legit.
Yeah, to play, yeah. Like, did nobody
legit.
step in to help the hockey player?
Yeah, that was what the big thing was that they're like, oh, what the heck? And so you can kind of see the brawl, which we're not putting it up on the screen, but you can see the brawl. So you see that? That's him lighting it up, right? But there's 6 of them. So all these guys apparently came from a.
It knocked it.
They came from a golf
They
club.
knocked that girl down.
Yeah, they were fighting They were actually messing with the waitress. So apparently it was 6 drunk guys from a golf course.
Yeah.
So they came in off the golf course and they were being rude and obnoxious and hateful to
She
everybody.
grabbed her kid.
And everybody's like, "Oh, I'm out of here. I'm out of here."
Yeah.
Right. But then he ends up. It's kind of hard to describe. But he ends up.
Did you see that guy? He was running out with a baby car seat. He had a baby. Did you see him run?
Hang on, I'm rewinding.
I mean, I don't blame him. You're getting your baby out of there. Look.
Oh, run! Oh, then she's following with the baby bag.
They were getting out of Dodge.
I mean, it's just crazy.
Yeah, looked at.
Reagan says he's seen hockey players get stitches and come back into the game.
Yeah.
So here it is. So this is where. So I put it little one up in the corner. I think that should be fine. So this shows they had another video where it shows.
Look at him. He's like
he's backing up, right? And then he backs across a parking lot. He's back. Look at him.
And he's
like,
not
"Come on,
running away.
I'm not running away. I'm just getting in
off.
a position where I can take you on."
He's trying to pick them off
one by one. That's right. That's right. He's like, "Oh, you want some? You want some? Oh yeah. Oh, this is bad news, man. Look at this." Like he's like, "Oh," and there's 6 of them, dude.
Now see, I would be tempted to help. I would help a hockey player.
And this guy here's like, "Hey guys, you guys need to stop this. You need to stop this."
I'm not a fighter, but I might jump in with that hockey player and go, "All right, we're going down together." And one punch, and I'd be done.
You'd be down, and it's like, okay, I'm over.
I'll change my mind.
I'm out. What is this glowing bicycle guy?
Y'all gotta watch this video.
Yeah, you
We'll
gotta
post
watch
it
this
on
video.
we'll post
I'm
it
gonna
on
have
the
to share it
Facebook
on our
page. Yeah.
on our stuff here.
Dude, there's a lot going on in here.
A lot going on.
Yeah.
See, but this is what I was talking about, where he backs up against the wall. Let's see if I can copy this link.
All right, so I got. If you saw that going down, would you be tempted to help that guy?
Oh, I'd step in.
And I'm not.
Oh,
like I
I'd
said,
step
I am
in.
not a fight. I don't want to fight, but I
I
think
don't
I
want
would
to fight
be,
either, but man, you start picking on people like that, 6-on-1. No, that ain't fair.
Because look, you give that guy.
That ain't right.
You give that guy. He's taking on 6. You give him a little help.
Especially when we're talking about, hey, these guys are being jerks, like complete jerks.
Yeah.
And I worry about our society, right? I worry that that's where we're coming, right? That's where things are
Watch
happening.
this little girl get pushed. Oh no, she already got up.
She already
gets
got up.
pushed.
She got knocked over.
Yeah.
Knocked over.
That's what would have made me mad about those.
Oh yeah,
guys.
you don't be abusing women, man. No, we're not gonna put up with that. Not gonna put up with that. And so it's like, come on now. I'm gonna stick this on our link tree, mikeandjrod.com,
Yeah,
so
that's
you
a
can check
fun
it
video.
out.
I mean, there's so much
there's
going
a
on.
lot of craziness on this video.
People running out with their babies in their car seats.
But I want to get to the end. So there's at the end here. Look at him. Boom.
Oh, this is where they get him though.
So this is where they can't be showing. We can't show this at all because this is too family video. But
yeah. But once they knock him over, that's the worst part.
they not. But then they don't. It looks like it's over, but it ain't over.
No. See. But see, if I'm them guys back there, I'm going 6-on-1. Oh. He's still. Like, how do you not help the one dude?
He's still going. But see, that's the thing is like our society. I'm worried that our society is getting to this point, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like, come on now.
Dude, that's
like that. People don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't let somebody get it.
And especially if he was just defending them. Like, I wonder what went on for sure.
It's not good.
Surely he wasn't the butthole, right?
Not good.
That-
No, I mean,
that's the
so that
story,
was
right?
that was the story. Is like,
Okay.
Biz was standing up for somebody. Those guys were abusing everybody in the
Okay.
restaurant.
Okay.
And he's like, no, I'm not gonna put up with this in my neighborhood, in my restaurant, because I
right.
think he lives down the street from this place.
Well, and he does it said he announces for the Phoenix Coyotes.
Yeah, so
the
he's not
hockey
gonna
team.
put up with
Yeah,
this stuff
yeah.
in his neighborhood, right? I mean, I wouldn't put it up. Let's say this happened in Mount Juliet,
Yeah.
and you're at your
Okay,
go-to
yeah.
restaurant that you always hang out at, right?
Fault
Defending the
7
restaurant
guys
staff.
Yeah.
Right?
Man, I think
so. All these guys rolling up into a restaurant in your neighborhood.
Right.
No, we're not gonna put up with that.
Yeah.
No.
That's crazy.
I may go down, and it may be, but
But here's the thing, that guy right there, if he saw you just helping, making it 2-on-6, probably
then
gives him what he needs.
that's all he needed. He just needed to where people couldn't grab hold of him
Yeah,
and let somebody
yeah.
else beat up on him.
Because once he fell down, that was like,
That was the end of it.
so yeah. Dang, dude, that's crazy.
But it was crazy. That was a crazy deal. That's why I was like, man, we got to talk about this. But that goes back to the hockey thing. That's an NHL player, bro. That's hockey.
Yeah,
through and through.
I think I'm gonna switch.
Oh yeah.
But here's the thing.
But it goes back to the whole boxing. Like he was still doing the boxing stance, so it goes back to the same thing I was talking about, where it's like, oh, boxing versus I'm going to MMA. Of course, MMA, you also got, in that case, you got 6 people against you. You can't choke somebody out. You ain't going to do your MMA style.
They want
you to try to engage one person so everybody else can jump you.
Or though, this is.
Or you go WWE and pull up a chair.
Yeah. Or no, you get one of them in the chokehold and you say, if y'all don't quit coming at me, I'm choking him out. And they either go, we lose our friend, or we back away.
I don't think those guys would have cared.
I don't know. They would have if they seen dude go to sleep and quit breathing. They might.
Well, that's
But
not
I don't
good.
know. Yeah, no, that's
Either
not a
way,
good
it's not
ending.
good.
No,
All
no,
of it's not good.
Yeah, but I mean, when you're 1-on-6, you do whatever. At that point, you go, I'm fearing for my life. I'll take one of them with me. That's what
I got to do
my
because I
defense
got
would
6
be.
people coming at me.
Yeah.
They're going to kill me.
Yeah.
They're gonna kill me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not putting up with
Yeah.
that.
So
And you know, the fact that everybody just ran.
I know it.
God, that's so terrible.
can't believe
That's
it
what I'm
wasn't-
saying about our society, man. It's just not good.
Yeah.
It's not good. Folks need to stand up for folks.
I like to think I would helped him in some way.
Well, here's the other side of that. If you're at that restaurant, what's the chances your wife and your kids there?
Yeah, I know. And that might have been. I would say
That
y'all-
might be a
when they
deciding
went
factor.
outside. Hey, y'all just stay here. Stay inside. I'll be back. I'm not going to do anything. I'd lie to him, and then run out there.
And lay down the law.
Because look, you saw when they were running.
No,
after
we're
him.
not talking boxing. We're talking about the.
Oh, okay. So
we're talking about
so,
Biz lighting up 6 people.
So I think he just. Yeah, we are still live. Away jersey.
White Jersey, you need to check out the link that we put at mikeandjrod.com.
No, so our original, we're on topics of what we're talking about, and the question was who's tougher, rugby players or hockey players?
Yeah, that was the question.
To
And
me,
it
that-
led to us having a conversation
Yeah.
about Biz getting in a fight with 6 dudes.
And this guy was a former NHL player, and I guess it happened back in December, I guess, but he fought 6 dudes. So that's kind of what we were talking about, who was tougher, and myself and Jrod were leaning towards rugby players, and then
we watched that video. And
watched that video, and then there were some comments about how a guy played with a lacerated lung, a Brewers player.
Yeah, was it Reagan who said that about the
Sean,
lacerated?
I
Sean
think.
said that about
Yeah.
lacerated, you know.
Ooh,
Rugby or drunker. Yeah,
So-
if they're drunk, that probably needs to.
So
yeah,
that
you need to
leads-
set a notification, bro.
Yeah.
When we go live, you need to get notified.
So that leads into, that is one of my topics.
Oh, is
Questions. What sport has the best drinkers?
The best drinkers. Do I need to pop out my PBR for this?
I don't know.
I got my. Hang on. Am I finished with my coffee?
Yeah, my coffee's done.
Here you go. You need a chug.
Coffee's good, man. I enjoyed it. So yeah,
We're not drinking coffee. We're drinking creamer with our coffee.
yeah. So yeah,
I'll
rugby
pop
or
a
drunk
yeehaw.
or-
How about that? Pop a yeehaw in honor
There
of
you go.
Biz. Here's Biz. So Biz played
He played for Phoenix.
Pittsburgh Penguins and
Oh.
Phoenix Coyotes.
Yeah. And I bet if you looked up rugby player stories, because we might not know those stories because they're more newsy,
Yeah, because there's
it's
not as much
UK
rugby going on
yeah.
here.
Yeah. Either way, either one of them are very tough. Probably the.
He
And I'm
also
not
played for
messing
the
with either.
Cardiff Devils. Cardiff Devils.
It's probably a triple A or like a minor league hockey team. Probably that fed the New Jersey Devils at one time.
Elite ice hockey.
Yeah. Based out of the United Kingdom. So, yeah, either one they're tough, and I don't want to mess with either one of those, a rugby or a hockey player.
Not playing with either one of them.
I maybe will mess with a ping pong player.
Reagan says soccer fans are the drunker ones.
Yeah, they could be.
Especially
soccer
UK
fans.
soccer fans.
Oh, man, yeah. Yeah.
Although I can't speak from personal knowledge because I've never been to a soccer game in the UK, but I've heard stories.
Yeah, it's wild and crazy.
Have you been to one?
No, but there's stadiums over there where they actually have a physical barrier between the visiting team fans and the home team fans.
Oh, because they get too crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
Great grandpa played goal for the Leafs.
The Toronto Maple Leafs. Yeah.
Not that impressive in reality. Took a puck to the face.
And then skate to the side of
Back
the face.
then, skate to the side of the face on the ice to numb, and then stitches. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness!
I mean, hockey players, man.
take a puck to the face, and then they're sticking a cold skate, up to the side of the face to numb him, so you can put the stitches in right there. That was what Reagan said. Stitch them right there on the side and stick them back in the game.
That's pretty.
That's pretty brutal,
tough.
dude.
Yeah.
That's pretty brutal.
That's good.
Yeah, that's pretty brutal.
Yeah. But I got some homework. I'm going to look up some rugby stories too.
Yeah,
I
because
bet.
we've not really seen a lot of the.
Yeah.
And soccer as a sport is not really. Let's see.
And to Reagan's, but the fans. Oh wow, okay. You know, I think I saw that, John, away jersey. He's a soccer coach for his kids now.
Fights, big hits, and aggression in rugby.
Yeah, I bet if you went down that rabbit hole, and we may have to do that, and that could carry over to next week.
Lanier by
Turn that down. Nobody cares.
I always open the wrong window.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, Australian rules football, which is different from rugby.
So what is the difference?
I don't know, but there are.
Is it more
different.
brutal?
Nah. To me, I couldn't tell you if you started playing one of the games and didn't tell me if it was rugby or Australian rules, I wouldn't know. Mute that. Yeah.
Rugby fights.
I think rugby players are bigger, like thick, like than hockey players.
I don't know. I don't know. That rugby player's pretty big.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The rugby players are bigger. I think. Oh my gosh.
So in rugby, when the ball touches the ground, it don't matter. It's no big
you
deal.
Get up and you gotta.
You just pick it up and go again.
I mean,
oh man, that's pretty brutal.
Yeah.
That's pretty brutal. Oh.
I mean, I don't know. That's
You're right, though. I don't
dude.
see any concussions. But that dude, he's got like something on his head. He's like, I'm the power man.
I mean, look at that. Like watching these videos is like watching. You ever see them big old mountain rams where they show them, they get up on hind legs and they boom,
boom. Oh, when they're like hitting their horns against.
Yeah, the two. They rear up. Like that's what this rugby video looks like.
Oh, now he's gonna go at it.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Now,
why does he have a thing on his head and nobody else does?
I don't know.
Is he like Mr. Concussion or something?
Yeah, he's probably had a few. Look, he looks crazy. Look at his eyes.
Oh, he's crazy.
I tell you what I wouldn't jump in the middle of is if it was a group of rugby players and a group of hockey players fighting. I'm grabbing babies and running
That's
out
like
of there.
the ultimate combo.
Oh my gosh, that fight would never end. You couldn't break that up.
It's the ultimate combo.
Yeah, I'm not stepping in between that fight. Be like, just let them go.
Just let them go. Not gonna step in that one. As long as it's even, right? As long as it's even.
I don't care.
You're like, I don't care what's even.
7.
I don't want to die today.
That fight's gonna last. Yeah.
That makes me think. Did I tell you about that? The boxing matches at UT with the fraternity boxing matches. Maybe we talked about that in one of the shows.
No, I think you've told me. I think I've heard
Maybe
about
we've
that.
not talked about it in the show, but it was like UT, the fraternities used to have a fraternity boxing match where all the fraternities would get together at a boxing arena.
Yeah.
And then each fraternity would have one guy that boxes for the fraternity. One of the problems is they allowed cases of beer, and people would just bring in their coolers full of just full beers. And everybody was a little bit too beveraged, and
Yeah.
two of the fraternities were going at each other, and somebody didn't like something that somebody did, and they threw a full can of beer at the other fraternity's stands, and then everybody opened their coolers. And our fraternity was like, we're getting out of here.
Yeah.
Because full beer cans
Oh no, that hurts.
thrown at each other's sections.
Yeah.
That was.
I don't want no part of that.
I'm out. I'm
Yeah.
out. I think they banned that now. Shocker.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we're talking and we got this rugby video just playing, and my gosh.
It's pretty brutal.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't
They're
know.
tough.
I'm not trying to go one way or another, but I just want to make sure, because this is not a sport that we usually watch.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, how many times you watch this in the United States?
Here's what I think would happen if you had a rugby player and a hockey player fight each other. Like neither one would quit. It would be where like they just finally both died.
Just relentless.
Yeah. Like they just would keep going.
Just keep going on and on and
Because
on
I mean,
for
look
forever.
at they just look crazy, and we know hockey players are crazy.
It's like,
I mean, look at their
they
faces.
just look crazy.
They have the
They just look
craziest-
crazy.
That guy's gone nuts. Look at his eyes. Oh, and he's trying to pluck his eyes out.
Oh, we got to stop watching this.
Yeah, it may make, but
This make me a little anxious.
well, I mean, I'd say I'm gonna come to the conclusion that it's a dead even. Hockey players, rugby players are equal tough.
Grata blaming broom hockey on ice, but the hockey is replaced with fights. What in the world is this? What are you talking about?
I don't know.
Yeah, whatever.
Frats and I don't know what he's talking about, but I probably don't want no part of that either. I like to think I'm tough, but man, when it comes to that stuff,
No, forget that. Forget that.
yeah, that's crazy. Let's see, what else?
What else did you want to talk about?
Well, I
tonight?
had what sport has the best drinkers? We kind of
touched on that.
yeah. What sport has the smartest people? Smartest players?
Smartest players.
And I kind of looked up a little.
Are you
going to
include a lot of like, hey, tennis and
sport? Okay.
Are you going to expand it out to
Yeah, no.
cheerleading and
No. I think it. So I just put in sport. It can be whatever you claims a sport, and a lot did say it would mention the top 4 in America. Which
Wait, Jersey says, when's the last time you were in a fight? I think that was junior high school.
yeah.
I got a big belly though. They're gonna have a hard time with that one.
Yeah. So I looked up, and one thing I looked up on what sport has smartest players. They based it on IQ, and bowling people in bowlers had the highest IQ average of 129.
You're kidding me.
No, I thought that was weird. Then tennis was 109. And
See, I thought of tennis. I thought tennis.
Yeah.
It seems like that's a sport.
Then here's one that surprised me. You know what was number 3?
So bowling was number 1.
Yeah.
Tennis was this was the smartest ones.
Based on IQ.
Reagan says smartest would go to golf or football.
Yeah.
Typing is harder than talking, gentlemen.
So what was number 3? And I was surprised by this. A little bit, but maybe not.
I probably would have said something like golf.
Basketball. 105.
Well, and actually basketball was going to be, I was kind of thinking along those lines too.
Yeah.
I'm thinking sports that are not as, he says fencing.
Yeah.
Fencing. Yeah, I would say fencing probably would be one too.
And when I Googled this, so that question, then it kind of goes based on, that one there.
But think about the
was based on
schools
IQ.
that have good basketball teams though.
Yeah. But
Like
you do,
Duke?
yeah. Well-
Vandy had a good basketball team.
Well, and you'll hear this quote that guy has high basketball IQ or high baseball IQ. He knows,
Yeah, but I
the
mean,
ins
is
and
that,
out.
I don't know that sport
But I don't know if
IQ
that
is the
translates.
same.
No,
that's not the same
wouldn't.
thing.
Yeah, but it does.
But that was kind of what I was saying was you've got, when you talk about like sports that, I picture sports that are like smart people sports or schools that are smart people
Right.
schools. In my mind, I think there's a lot of great smart people at MTSU or at UT or
Yeah,
at a
yeah,
public
yeah.
school just the same. But I'm just saying when people think of, oh, this is an elite school,
Yeah.
I think Ivy League schools are like, they recruit the smart people.
Yeah.
I mean, I went to Vandy. That doesn't mean
Right.
that maybe that's a downer on Vandy.
Well, I'm gonna say you're smarter than you are athletic.
That's probably true. That's probably true.
That wasn't going out on a limb, was it?
I mean, I played soccer in high school.
Yeah, I did too.
I sat the bench most of the time, but I played soccer.
Okay. At least you were out there doing something, Jared.
I made an effort.
Yeah.
I made the team.
You get an A for effort.
I'm trying to think if they cut anybody. I made the team. Did they cut anybody? I don't know.
Yeah. Because when I put that in, also one of the
Alan
things,
Cook was on the team with me. I'm trying to think. I need to reach out to Alan and see if did they cut anybody when we got on the team.
And
I mean, MJCA had a pretty good soccer team, right?
Yeah.
Coach Webb.
yeah.
'Cause
When
I was
we
on
were
the team
there,
when it was middle school. I think I was on the middle school team for a while.
Well, Reagan was on the team with me. We had a pretty now we didn't play like your bigger schools, but we were pretty solid. I like to think.
I thought MJCA was good.
Jared was a
was-
water boy.
Thanks, Reagan. I was the water boy. I got you.
So also, and I, when I looked at this list, one of them said chess, but I was like, chess is not a sport. Uh-oh. You gonna disagree?
See, this is what I was talking about. Where are you going to expand to sports?
I would draw the line. I would not say chess is a sport because obviously you got to be very intelligent. I'm not saying you have to be intelligent to be.
When
chess.
I say is chess, it says is chess a sport? Yes, chess is considered a sport by the International Olympic Committee.
Yeah, see, this is where I would argue.
The physical demands, while chess doesn't involve the same kind of physical exertion as other Olympic sports, it can be mentally demanding and require physical resilience. I don't know about that. Competition is sport. Okay. Well, okay, I'm going to get my beers, and we're going to see who can drink the beers the fastest. That's the new sport. Beer drinking.
Right, because it's competition. Yeah, see, I don't know. Or you could say, you could say anything. Okay, well, podcast is a sport.
That's right. We're competing right now
with
against
other
all these podcasters.
Yeah. Who's got, and we're losing because we don't have a bigger following. Right? Like, you cannot say.
Hey, this reinforces we need 150 followers on our Facebook page. Those of you who are watching on YouTube, please,
I'm gonna
go to our Facebook page and follow. That way we can have a live broadcast on our Facebook page. I don't like all these rules in the social media world.
Yeah, I think we hit a hot button with away jersey here. He said, when you compete against the challenge of bettering an opponent, it's a sport.
Okay.
So Scrabble's a sport.
Scrabble. What are all the online apps on your phone?
Like I just
Mom plays one. My mom plays what's that? Words for Friends. That's a sport now, right? Monopoly.
Texas Hold'em's a sport.
Texas Hold'em, Tetris.
And that's
we're going to throw everything into the sports category.
Yeah, I disagree.
I'm trying to think.
Can't.
What was the game that you started playing? You said Civ 7. You said you didn't like
7.
it as much as the others, huh?
It's growing on me, but I still like Civ 6 better than Civ 7. But I can understand what you're saying, competition, but
Webster Dictionary. Now we're going to go to the dictionary.
No. The Sayer Webster, which is him. His last name's Sayer. He's saying according to his dictionary.
His dictionary says it's a sport. He's making his own dictionary. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Just be sure that Mike and Jrod show is one of the definitions in the dictionary.
Yeah.
Reagan said he's a sport.
Yeah. I don't know, but I don't think chess is. But then also another wording when I was looking up smartest what sport said ping pong takes the most brain power.
Which sport requires the most skill? So let's see what the list of the Googles are.
Thank you, Reagan. He agrees that
most Googles is which sports require the most skill. Which sport has the most injuries? Which sport did Nero win? Who is Nero?
I don't know.
Nero won multiple Olympics at the 67 CE Olympics, including chariot races and musical contests. So this is Nero the Emperor.
Yeah.
Is that who this is, I guess?
Yeah, you've gone way back.
Nero won the chariot race. He won the chariot race for 10 horses. He won the chariot race for foals. Nero won all crowns for the musical contest. So the Olympics used to have musical contests.
Yeah. But
so now music is going to be a sport.
No, they call it contests instead of an actual sport. It's a contest, musically.
But based on the Sayer Webster Dictionary,
you can throw that dictionary out the window. I ain't going by it. Yeah, but put in ping pong.
Ping pong takes a lot of hand-eye coordination
and most brain power. Is what I saw when I was doing research.
Wait a second. I want to see what he won the competition for tragedy, and he won the competition for lyre playing. That's the musical instrument, right?
Yeah.
Interesting. So why are people Googling which sport did Nero win? That's weird. I wonder if that was like some professor.
Yeah, evidently. Yeah, that was a topic this semester in college. Nero and his.
That's what I'm guessing. His sports activities.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I just need to.
Yeah. Oh, so he was an old Roman emperor.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean,
One of the most notorious emperors of the Roman Empire played in the Olympics. Okay, so what would you said something about ping pong, mental capacity, or no? What sport requires the most
brain power. So, because I mean, all right, you can say Scrabble is a.
So this is like way down the
contest.
list because like we're 10 down and it's still not showing up.
Brain power.
Most mental strength.
Put brain power.
It's not the same. Brain power.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh, brain power. This is like a.
Bull honky.
This is a Quora. Then it says chess. So now it's saying chess requires the most brain power and it is a sport.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously it does, but chess
Apparently,
is not a
Sarah
sport.
Webster is the new dictionary.
No.
Mental endurance,
No, I'll.
rapid calculation, strategic depth.
Yeah, no, I'm not a. Chess is not a sport. It's a contest, but it's not a sport. It's a competition. Yeah. I'm not going with that at all. Yeah. There you go. Okay, since away jersey come in late, he probably missed the recap when we first began the show. So I'd like, with him here, I will go back.
It's science.
Yeah. So today was the first day after your suggestion on the cards, putting them in your truck, baseball cards, and if you ever see a
Oh
card.
yeah, because you were talking about the cards.
Yeah.
The away jersey.
So today,
suggested that last
John,
show.
this week I put cards in my truck, and today is the first day I put a card out on a car.
He says, "I feel like Larry Bird in the 3-point contest right now.
Yeah.
He's hitting all his threes, baby."
Now Larry Bird, that's an athlete. He played a sport. Chess is not a sport.
I wonder if Larry Bird ever played chess. Did Larry Bird
my
play
gosh.
chess?
I will punch this computer screen if it says he did.
Oh, is this going to be? Did Larry Bird play chess?
I'm gonna no.
Is that going to show up in the list of searches? Oh, now we're going to make it a search. Did Larry Bird play chess?
There's no way. Yeah.
Oh, did Larry Bird play chess online?
No, he didn't. Oh, what?
Larry Bird and Bill Walton playing chess.
I'm talking. Oh my gosh. I don't think that's a real thing. There's no way. Don't Larry, don't tell. Oh, they are playing
boy,
chess.
they're playing chess. How about that away jersey? Larry Bird playing chess with Bill Walton.
And I love Larry Bird.
That's
Larry Bird was my
hilarious.
favorite basketball player.
Oh my goodness.
That is awful. He didn't play it. I mean, okay, look, I played chess occasionally. Everybody's probably tried to play chess. That doesn't mean anything.
Oh, it's not going to let me look at it.
Yeah, that we don't need to look at that.
We need to watch Larry
They're
Bird
sitting
play
out on
chess. What the?
deck playing
Dude,
chess.
they're like sitting in the high life.
But here's the thing: it's being filmed, so guess what? It's probably for a segment. They did a segment and said, "Well, let's play
I don't
chess."
know. Larry looks pretty legit there playing chess.
Well, Bill Walton probably has no idea what he's doing.
Away jersey says, "I know Larry Bird plays chess."
He plays chess on the basketball court while everybody else is playing checkers.
Oh boy. Oh man.
Uh,
Larry Bird playing chess.
yeah, that's crazy.
He looks into it too. Look at that.
Well, you
He's
have
like
to-
legit.
You have to think about it.
Oh, he
Looks like Larry
won!
won, yeah.
I'm telling you, man. Larry Bird playing chess.
It was for a segment, man. I bet they don't do it as a hobby.
That's hilarious.
Now, yes, I did play Risk. We played Risk a lot. I like to play Risk.
So, Michael, I don't know. This feels
But-
like one of those things that you lost, so therefore you should have some kind of payday or
No,
punishment or something.
Risk is okay.
You need to put some more baseball cards out this week. That's your punishment for.
I will. Is the game Risk a sport? No.
I don't think risk is in the Olympics though. Chess is actually in the Olympics. I
But
think.
it takes the same kind of mental risk to play risk as chess. You got to be mentally
Oh
strong.
man, it is not approved for the Olympics.
What is it?
Chess is not approved for the Olympics.
Bam! Back. Hey, yeah. What are we doing?
They've
here?
labeled it as a sport and recognizes the FIDE as an official federation. However, it is not approved for the Olympics.
Good, and it shouldn't.
Chess is not an Olympic sport.
Yep.
Has chess ever been at the Olympics? Chess has not been featured at any Olympic Games before or since 2000.
Okay, good. We wised up and said, "Yeah, this is dumb. It's not a sport."
But what was it? Breakdancing? Was it breakdancing an Olympic sport
yeah,
now?
well, it's over. It's not coming back.
Breakdancing in the Olympics, right?
Away Jersey said it will be a sport when I contact my local race. Could you imagine calling one up and go, "Listen, they're thinking, you're actually going to be getting on them about something."
Mr. Congressman, I've got an important thing that we need to address. The number one thing we need to address is we need to make sure that chess is a sport.
Olympic sport.
You need to get it in the Olympics.
Yeah.
Well, Congress doesn't do that, sir.
Yeah, well, then I'm not voting for
Then
you.
I'm not voting for
You lost my vote, sir.
Mr. President.
Could you imagine? And then, like that guy, the next week you read where there's been a new bill has been put up for vote.
We'll have to call the Big Don. He'll be back.
Man. That is so funny.
I got to get my trinket out for that one.
Yeah. But, oh man. So yeah, I don't think chess, well, it's not an Olympic sport. And I'll stand by, if you make chess a sport, you got to make risk a sport.
Hey, Trumpinator. When you're watching our show, Trumpinator, you need to make chess an Olympic sport.
No, I don't. I disagree.
Call up the Don.
But yeah,
Don, you need to make chess an Olympic sport.
Oh man. I'll argue that forever on that. I'll never change my stance on chess.
You know who the only party in the world that could ever make chess an Olympic sport?
I don't know.
Any guesses?
No. And I don't. This is not a political show.
I can tell you who it should be. Deadpool Bob Ross.
Bob Ross.
Deadpool Bob Ross can make chess an Olympic
roller
sport.
skating. I sprained my ankle roller skating.
Are we going to make that a sport too there, Away Jersey?
It's more of a sport than chess. It is. It is. I think
Now,
so.
roller derby.
Yeah.
What about roller derby? Now, that's pretty brutal. I don't even know how that sport works, but I've seen.
Oh man, yeah. Remember, it used to come on like Saturday mornings or something. Roller
Isn't that
derby.
the one? Don't they have like a rugby ball basically, and they're like rolling around the roller skate rink?
No,
pushing
there wasn't
each other
a
or
ball.
whatever?
Yeah, there's not a ball. It's kind of a like a track, and they could knock each other over the rail. But that was kind of scripted like wrestling.
Oh, really?
They claim, yeah. Some claim it was, yeah.
So roller derby was scripted like wrestling, huh?
I think I could be wrong.
See, I think Nashville has a roller derby club.
Yeah.
So
They did,
how does
yeah.
the sport work? Help me to understand
So
this.
you score points, so you have to kind of like, you got like your fast skaters, and the more people you lap, the more points you score. But then you got like blockers that would block, slow you down so that your fast person could lap them.
Interesting.
If I'm right.
And it is an Olympic sport, apparently.
No, is it really?
Modern
it's only a
roller
female
derby is an
sport.
international sport mostly played by amateurs. It was, under consideration as a roller sport for the 2020 Summer Olympics.
I would rather see that than breakdancing. in the Olympics, right?
Is there guys that do roller derby?
I think it's more, and that's what
Yeah, Wade Jersey's asking, is roller derby
Yeah.
female only?
maybe.
Male roller
I
derby.
think it's both.
Men's Roller Derby Association.
Yeah.
Oh, they're on a basketball court doing it. What are they doing on a basketball court?
Because they don't have an actual track like it. I mean, because it used to be on TV. I remember watching on TV. Roller derby.
Men's Roller Derby Association. Wow. Terminus Roller Derby, Atlanta, Georgia. That's a team, I guess.
Yeah.
It's a league.
Yeah. It's crazy what is.
I kind of
It's
feel like
popular,
roller
but
derby
not
would be one of those things where like you're going to get really hurt.
Yeah, that's another one. You got to be probably tough. My finger got ran over by an ice skate one time.
Really? Didn't
Yeah.
cut it off?
No, I got a scar though. I don't know if you can
Yeesh.
see it.
Yeesh.
But it gashed you real good. It wasn't fun. Curling is amazing. That's an Olympic sport.
That is an Olympic sport.
I feel like that's a drinking sport. I bet curlers are good drinkers. Going back to my what sport has the best drinkers. I bet curlers can drink pretty good. Curler's bad for you.
Our curler's bad for your hair.
Depends on how much they drink.
Our curler's allowed on planes. I think this is the wrong curlers.
Yeah. So that tells you how popular the search is. It's more about actual curlers for your hair than it is.
Is curling
There we
played
go.
on ice?
But
Are curlers big drinkers?
Reagan told away Jersey he likes the worst sports ever.
While some curling traditions involve socializing with drinks after games, it's not accurate to say that curlers are generally big drinkers. While alcohol is a part of the social aspect of the sport, it's not a requirement or a widespread behavior among players.
Well, no one, obviously they're not going to admit it.
Broom stacking involves competitors gathering for a beer or two after a match.
Oh, that's what they call that.
It's a tradition called broom stacking.
They put their brooms in the middle of the ice, go inside to take a shot of scotch.
With the term originating from the idea that old guys would put their brooms in the
old
middle of the
guys, yeah.
ice and go inside to take a shot of scotch.
Well, call me a curler because I'm an old guy. Oh, they didn't laugh.
I don't
You're
know.
late
Something's,
laughing.
our buttons are just not working very well
Yeah.
today.
So it's
Too
claiming
much.
it's
The
not
buttons
a-
have been drinking too much.
Man, me and Google are disagreeing tonight. That's saying it's not a drinking sport. All right, I stand corrected.
What was your question that you asked? Did you ask Google which sports have the biggest drinkers?
No, I just put in which sport had the smartest players.
So I put in which sports have the biggest drinkers, and it's the biggest drinking problem.
Yeah. What does it say?
So now here's the deal. Have you seen the Gronk?
look, hockey, ice and field.
So ice hockey is consistently
Lacrosse.
high rates of binge drinking. Field hockey, football American, soccer, football, other sports, general trends.
You know, I think you got to be pretty tough to play lacrosse too.
Is lacrosse the one with the stick that you toss the ball?
Well, it's got the little
It's a little basket in it in the stick.
Yep. Yeah. But
Shows you how
Oh.
much of an athlete I am, I guess.
I don't think anybody's ever gotten you an athlete mixed up.
Yeah, probably not.
No, that wasn't a good one. Sorry.
No.
I should get booed.
That went a little flat.
Yeah, I let them boo me. Hey, you're right, audience. That was a bad joke.
Oh, but what I was talking about was, have you seen the stuff about the new Gronk AI or Grok AI?
Mm-mm.
So apparently this Grok AI, now you can put all this stuff into Grok AI and it will tell you the answers.
Oh, I don't want that.
Let's see
I'll
here.
disagree. I'll disagree
Let's
with
see
Rob.
what are the biggest drinking sports.
But
Let's see, what does it say? People talk about drinking sports. This is the same. They put
Yeah,
football American
yeah.
at the top, soccer,
I mean,
football global.
I-
Rugby's on the list. It likes you better than they put NASCAR on the list.
yeah, Well, and fans definitely do it. I'm talking like when I say biggest drinkers, I meant like the players.
Beer pong.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Drinking games posing as sports. This does like Gronk does like you.
Yeah. Okay. I like this. Drinking games. Yeah.
Beer pong, flip cup, darts with drinking rules.
Well, just
cornhole with booze.
Just drinking.
What is
and playing
can jam?
I don't know.
It's a frisbee game where you smack a disc into a can. I've never played that before. That sounds pretty fun though.
It's less mainstream but growing. Yeah. I
less
would get into
mainstream but
that.
growing at colleges. I think I like that. Throw the frisbee at the cans.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It's pretty easy too. You just take the empty beer cans and stick them somewhere.
Simple,
yeah. Yeah, that's a good game. I like that.
All right, man.
We're gonna make that take over cornhole. Can jam.
Can jam becomes the next.
Can jam's the new cornhole.
Well, it's been a good show. We went a good ways.
Yep, we did. We appreciate everybody participating. Yeah. Hopefully, we can get the streams going pretty good.
I think we're reaching more now that we're streaming on Facebook.
We're excited to have our Facebook viewers. I think we had some commentary on Facebook too, which is great. Thank you so much for participating.
Hope it was entertaining. We had some interaction. I appreciate it. Next week we're back to Thursday. Best I know, 7 o'clock.
Yeah, you blame the fact that we're on Friday on Michael.
Yeah, I was out of town for work.
He's being a slacker, actually working.
Oh, my wife chimed in now.
The wives are listening.
I like it.
We better be careful what we say.
Always listening.
Always listening.
That's right. Hopefully next week I'll be sporting some new swag that we got, and you can order it as well on our link tree at our store. Yep. You can order it now. I'm just waiting on mine to get here.
You better be careful.
Yeah. So, good show. Friday night show. And, I don't know. I like it. You ready to wrap us up?
How many people could say,
all right.
wore that logo?
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening. This has been a production of Scott Social Media, a DBA of Abbott and Scott LLC. Thank you very much.
See ya.
Or any town that had that, yeah. I'd say that happened.
Because you said that's how yours started, right?
Yeah, for the Cardinals in baseball, yeah.
I did more than just baseball cards.
I like Pokemon or Wizards of Waverly Place cards or something. Right?
Wizards of Waverly Place.
Dungeons and Dragons. Did they make cards?